Hello, hello. Welcome to this episode of Why Yoga. And today we're focusing on athletes anywhere from 25 to 45. And although being an athlete involves a lot of hustle, a lot of times we start to shift out of that mode and we're thinking about longevity of our athletic careers and the preservation of our bodies. And yoga is a great addition to your training regimen for some important reasons. First, that are physical, second, that are about recovery, and third, that are mental. So let's talk about the 4 reasons that they are helpful in our physical performance. Number 1, it corrects muscle imbalances. And only when you go to yoga class will you discover where those imbalances probably are, because it's where you feel tight, it's where you don't have stability, it's where one side is way more flexible than the other. Because a lot of times in our sports, the motions are repetitive. You know, you're running, you run in a line and it goes in this linear pattern. You're swinging a racket, it's like one-sided and you're doing the same motion over and over again. And so you're pitching a ball, again, one-sided, repetitive motion. And so yoga will focus equally on the left and the right, the top and the bottom, balance, forward bends, back bends, twists. You know, you're kind of doing the full range of motion, which will help with muscle imbalances. Number 2 is improvement of functional strength. Now, yoga is different than weight training. So weight training, it's kind of static. So you're going through repetitive motions, building that muscle, a lot of times focused on the major muscle groups, biceps, triceps, calves, hams, quads. But yoga focuses on the isometric holding of some of those deeper stability muscles that you're not even aware of and you're often not activating because you don't need them in your particular sport or activity. And so yoga, I want to get this right, so I'm going to read it exactly. Yoga uses isometric holds that build functional strength in deep stabilizer muscles, which are critical for protecting your joints during explosive movements. All right, so another great reason is dynamic functional strength. Number 3 is increasing your range of motion. Now, I know all of you have seen, the big bodybuilder that can't even put his arms completely to his sides or stretch his arm all the way next to his ear or next to his head. So one of the things that yoga is excellent at is increasing range of motion. Not just, people think of yoga and flexibility. It's not just flexibility. It's the ability to stretch and use the joint in all different positions to just make us a better athlete, because as you increase your range of motion and elongate those hips and, elongate the muscle, the fascia, like loosen the joint, you'll have like a better stride, a longer reach, a deeper squat. So increasing range of motion is an important thing that yoga can help add to your athletic toolbox. Number 4 is core to extremity power. So in yoga, your core isn't just like, here in your belly button, where you do your crunches. Your core is not just those muscles, but all the way deep in the pelvis. And as you can activate and strengthen and make your body conscious of those deep core muscles, it will act as a powerhouse out to your extremities, which will give you more pop or more, explosiveness in your motions in your particular sport or activity. All right, let's move to recovery and injury prevention. Now, the first thing, and I'm going to read this. Sorry, I have to do on and off, on and off. Low intensity flow increases circulation, flushing out metabolic waste like lactic acid and delivering oxygen to your tissues. This significantly reduces delayed onset muscle soreness. So One of the benefits of yoga is active recovery, and you kind of may get around having that delayed muscle soreness. The second thing is a nervous system reset. As we train, as we are actively participating in our sport, we're often in a state of reactiveness, awareness, explosion, consistency. We just want to keep moving or really deliver, and that requires our sympathetic nervous system, kind of that fight or flight response. But an important part of that is the recovery of those same muscles and tissues that serve us so well. They need to switch gears and be in the parasympathetic nervous system, which is where we are when we're resting, digesting, eliminating. So we need to be in that state in order for the tissues and the muscles to heal and recover. So this is the only state, I'm going to say it correctly, the only state in which your body can actually repair tissue and build muscle. So a nice slow flow, like done in Hatha yoga, that I have many videos in this particular state, is very good for bringing your system down, regulating your nervous system, and helping your body recover, repair, and build. The last area is your mental edge. And the first one is proprioception. And proprioception is your awareness of your body in space. So as you do the postures in yoga, it's very important, and your teacher will really focus on, is your foot turned out the appropriate amount of degrees to be in alignment with your knee? Is your knee over your ankle? Is your shoulder and your elbow and your wrist aligned? So being in yoga really slows things down and focuses on correct placement and posture, and makes you aware of where your body is in space, even if you don't have a mirror. Because, hopefully you have a teacher that can see you, but people, I will say, stand parallel. And people will have their feet like this, and they have no sense that their feet are turned out. And I'll say, look at your feet, like bring your feet parallel. And as you practice that, you develop better proprioception and awareness of where you are in relation to space, which helps you. It can be the difference between landing a thing and twisting an ankle. So that's a very important element in most sports activities and athletic endeavors. The last one is the edge of good breath work. Now, in any class, an important thing, as important as the posture itself, is your breath and exhaling on the effort or the stretch, and inhaling, and not just breathing up here in our chest, holding our stomach in and then breathing like just up in our chest. But it's really important that we're breathing way down into our belly and having lots of control in our breath. And I want to read this phrase because it's written better than I can say it. Breath control under pressure is learning to maintain calm diaphragmatic breathing while in physically demanding poses, or learning to maintain calm diaphragmatic breathing while in physically demanding poses translates directly to staying composed during clutch moments during a game or a race. And so I hope that this video, something in this list resonated with you and that you are motivated. Don't feel like you have to do all these long classes, hour and a half classes, or go to a place. Even if you're doing 10 minutes a day, 20 minutes a day, that is better than once a week for a long time. If you can just kind of incorporate it into your training, I would love to see you on the mat. So hopefully you're motivated. I have lots of videos that range from 3 minutes to 30 minutes. So hope to see you there. Hope this was helpful. I'll see you next time, and hopefully on the mat. Bye-bye. Like and subscribe. That would be great. Bye.